Hey, good afternoon, everybody. There's a couple of holidays coming up, Thanksgiving and then Christmas, so I figured I'd start early and do a recipe for cranberry sauce, because the homemade stuff is just so much better than the store. And it's really simple. You just need, and they come out in season all the time at the store, near Thanksgiving and again at Christmas. You just need some fresh cranberries, 1 pack, which is 12 ounces, or 340 gram, okay, that I'm going to rinse in this, pick through and rinse in this strainer, 2/3 of a cup of sugar, 1/2 a cup of water, and a pot, okay? So I rinsed these, and I'll just pick through them quick. Now, these look pretty good. You don't necessarily have to, but if you've got any in here that are dented, those you want to take out. If you've got some that are nearly white, you want to keep a nice flavor to it, so you don't want them like so underripe. Now, I'm not saying take half of them out or nothing. I'm just saying just if there's a couple like that. And I'm looking for dented ones to see if there's any bad. Oh, see that one? Okay, this is an ideal candidate. See? This feels like it's cooked, which means it's no good, and it should come out. Now, because they should actually roll through your fingers hard. So you can actually, if you want, just test them by hand and pop them in your pot. Okay, so I only lost a few there. Get rid of those. Put the berries back in the strainer for now. Give this a quick rinse because you have to make the syrup on the stove first. 1/2 a cup of water, 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Stir it up to get what you can dissolved, then bring it to a boil. And just a note, while you want to bring this to a boil, you do not want to turn up the heat so high that it comes up the sides of the pan, because then the sugar will burn on the side and it will not have a nice flavor. Once you have the syrup come to a full boil, nearly, start adding your berries. This is where the fun starts. It gets like popcorn here. So you want to turn the heat down a bit, because you don't want hot syrup spraying at you, okay? And just stir that up to keep the berries coated with the syrup. Cook that for about 10 minutes or until all the berries have popped. Yeah, this is at 5 minutes in. I like a really thick sauce, which is why I reduced the amount of syrup and let it cook down like this. It's a matter of preference. If this is too tart for you, increase the sugar. If it's too thick for you, increase the water. Just do it gradually, don't like double things. And at the end, if it is too sour and you go, I just can't eat this, yes, you can stir in some sugar at the end when it's cooled down, and it will dissolve. It'll just take a while. I'm nearly at the end of the cooking time. Now, if you've got any uncooperative berries, you can kind of, take a hand in the matter and mash them down. They'll pop really easy at this point, because the more that are popped, the deeper the flavor is. Alright, we're at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to turn the heat right off. And this is looking just like the stuff out of the can, which is what you want. Look at that, eh? It's not even cooled off yet. So I'm going to let this cool off first. And I've got a nice clean spaghetti jar. I used one that I'm going to just pop this in, then I'll put it in the fridge to chill. This will actually get thicker upon cooling and refrigeration. Now, if you are going to transfer it while it's still hot to a container, like I am with my clean glass jar, if you have a canning funnel, this will make life so much easier. Okay? And if not, just use a big spoon and be very careful and put a plate under the jar, because yeah, if you miss it, it's going to make a mess. This is still hot. Look at that texture, eh? Now, obviously, this is going to taste better than anything you get canned. In terms of cost effectiveness, it depends on the time of the year. You know, cranberries can be frozen for up to 10 to 12 months. So if after a major holiday like Thanksgiving or Christmas, check the produce aisle, and usually they will have a whole bunch of fresh cranberries. They bought too much, and then you can just like buy a whole bunch of bags for like $1 and freeze them. Okay, so this is how I make cranberry sauce. I'm going to let this cool off to room temperature, put a lid on the jar, and just pop it in the fridge until I need it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again.